And we are off. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's 8 o'clock matchup between the 15-win Crusaders of Madonna, who attempt to earn their revenge against the 9-win Blue Devils here on this Wednesday night. Thanks for being here with us for Game 2 of our doubleheader of Blue Devil basketball. I'm Chase Goffman, filling in for Jason Ross Jr. tonight, and I am excited to be here. As Mark Meddy starts the Crusaders off with a miss, Ty Searles, the leading point guard for the Blue Devil, brings it up. There's Jalen Bethel driving into the paint. Hands it off to Devontae Miles, but they're going to get Miles for a travel there. So an early turnover here for the Blue Devils. Miles and Bethel, two of the leading rebounders on the team with 147, 144. Meddy down in the post now, unable to make the layup. Gets himself a couple free throws at the line, however. Meddy, a freshman out of Livonia, Michigan, stands at 6'10". Shoots about 80% from the line, misses the first. And drains the second. Inbounds to Searles. Back to Searles from Ivanovic to Miles. Miles gets to the paint, gives it back out to Searles. Searles drives, takes a step back, and Madonna forces another early turnover for the Blue Devils. LTU 9-11 overall coming into this one, 6-7 in the WAC. Madonna 15-7 overall, 8-4 in the WAC. And there's the first field goal of the game. That's from number 1, Jonathan Swift, out of Kent, Michigan, a senior guard. Searles rushes it up the edge of the court. Pressured, though, by Jonathan Swift. Jalen Bethel. Now to Searles, and Meddy tries to force another turnover in there, and there's Ivanovic for three. No good. Swift with the ball now. At the top of the key. Gets pressured, gives it over to Reynolds. Reynolds now to Burton. Burton calling out the play. Burton drives to the hole. Gives Swift an open look from three, and he drills it. So an early 6-0 lead here for the Crusaders. 2.5 minutes through. Ivanovic brings it up court. Gives it to Bethel. Madonna bench starting to get in this one now. Searles with a jump stack, gives it to Bethel, and inside the paint, and Bethel scores the first basket of the game for the Blue Devils. These two teams last faced on the 14th of November, and LTU won that battle, 77-68. Searles led the way with 23 points in 38 minutes. Burton's jumper no good. Devontae Miles also added in 9 rebounds and 6 assists off of 27 minutes. Searles gives it over to France, to Ivanovic to Miles. Back to Searles at the top of the key. Searles tries to drive, draws Reynolds a bit, and they're going to get Miles for an easy charge there. Too many mistakes early on here for the Blue Devils. They've got to stay calm and just get those easy looks. Looks like Madonna's going to try to double team, try to pressure. And with that, there's always going to be an open guy. They just got to find that guy and take the shot. Reynolds for three, off the rim, no good. There's Malik Eichler with the rebound. And we got a foul call. That's Josh Reynolds on the ground. He's a little shaken up. Seems to be all right, though. And it's going to go back Crusaders' way. And we've got a timeout call here by the Blue Devils. So the Crusaders take an early 8-2 lead. Lawrence Tech struggling offensively. 16:22 left in the first half. This is the home of Lawrence Tech Sports. And we are back where Josh Reynolds is going to get a couple shots at the line. Reynolds misses the shot. And Reynolds gets the three. Nobody boxed out on that free throw shot, and Coach Pickens is not happy with his team right there. This is exactly what Coach Pickens talked about before the game. They just got to play. You got to be aggressive, and you can't do too many mistakes like that. And there's another turnover early for the Blue Devils. Up to Reynolds. Reynolds in the paint, guarded by Miles. Layup no good, though. Bethel with the rebound. Lawrence Tech's got to slow it down. They got to get to the game that they know they can play. Searles drives through the lane. Not able to drop it, but he will get 2 shots at the line. Couple keys to the game here today. LTU's definitely got to keep this turnover margin close. LTU is last in the WAC at minus 3.4 turnovers per game. Madonna's about even at 0. In the last game against Madonna, LTU was able to force 17 turnovers in that win. So they definitely got to limit their shots here today. If they don't limit their shots, they're going to make them pay. They average 81.6 points per game. They're second in the WAC. Searles misses that free throw there. And that brings my next key of the game. Searles needs to stay aggressive in this game. Madonna leads the league in fouls at almost 19 a game. And Searles is 7th in the WAC at the line at 8:36. So Searles needs to stay aggressive. He's got to get to this line as much as possible. Hopefully force a few and ones. And there he is making the second one. So Lawrence Tech down 11-3 now. And they don't have possession right now. There's Swift driving to the lane. Guarded nicely by France, but Swift able to put in the layup. A 10-point deficit now for LTU as Searles brings the ball up. Isaiah Cumberland now in the game. Ivanovic takes a seat. France, Cumberland, Miles, Searles, and Bethel on the court for the Blue Devils. And Miles not able to drop that three. Caleb Drum now with the ball, gives it over to Reynolds. Now to Sayer at the top. Back to Drum, gives it to Swift. And now Malik Eichler is trying to post up. Unable to get there. But the Crusaders get another offensive rebound. And Lawrence Tech pays for it. 15-3 in favor of the Crusaders. Rebounding not going the Blue Devils' way today. Field goal percentage not going the Blue Devils' way. They're going to have to come back here. Just under 15 minutes to play. Crusaders lead 13-5. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. We are back here where Cumberland tries to inbound. Madonna playing a bit of a soft press there. Short 30-second timeout. We'll see if that does anything for the Blue Devils. Down 12 here early. Just 3 points to show for. 5 minutes through. Searles with the ball. Guarded by Eichler. Try to get a pass all the way over there to Cumberland. Tipped out by the Crusaders. Crusaders leading just about every category right now. 6 for 12 from the field. Lawrence Tech 1 for 4. But the thing that hurts the most right now for the Blue Devils, 4 offensive rebounds for the Crusaders, 7 second chance points. Lawrence Tech still unable to get on the board again. They're at about a 3-minute scoring drought now. Eichler gives it out. Sayer now with the ball, gives it to Burton at the top of the key, guarded by Cumberland. Gets a pick, gives it into Eichler, the perfect pick and roll play right there. And they made the Blue Devils pay. 17-3 now. Miles with the ball, guarded by Reynolds, now to France. Back to Cumberland, or now to Cumberland. Gives to Bethel, to Cumberland. Bethel now with the ball, drives to the paint, double team. Good defense there by the Crusaders. Reynolds jumps up court. Eichler at the line. Three-point there, no good. Blue Devils has got to score here. No points in the last 3 minutes. And another turnover here from the Blue Devils. This is not looking good for them right now. And a missed layup there from KJ Sayer. Sayer out of Traverse City, Michigan, a sophomore guard. Carter France brings it up, a 5'10 freshman. Went to Dansville High School in Dansville, Michigan. Miles drives, gives it out to Cumberland. Cumberland for 3, hits it. That's what Lawrence Tech needed right there. Still down 11, though. They've got to play solid defense down here. And there's another rebound for Lawrence Tech. Got to keep this momentum here. Miles drives down the court, gives it to Cumberland. Doesn't take the shot. Back to Miles. Cumberland's shot no good. Isaiah Cumberland called for a foul there. Back to the last matchup between these two teams. Josh Reynolds went 33 minutes, had 23 points and 13 rebounds to show for. Dwight Burton went 30 minutes, 19 points. However, they held Madonna to just 20% from three-point land in that game. And it's going to be tough to replicate. I asked Coach Pickens before the game what he thought would happen in this matchup, what they could do to emulate last time's matchup, and he said that's basically out the window. It was so long ago. These two teams are totally different now. They just need to play the game they've been playing and stay focused, stay confident, stay aggressive. 9 on the shot clock now. Cumberland drives, but they're going to call a foul. Searles, Cumberland, Miles, Bethel, and Ivanovic out on the court. There's Miles with an open look, doesn't take it, drives to the lane, gets the easy layup. Lawrence Tech back to within a single-digit deficit. Jonathan Swift gives it out to Drum. It's going to stay Crusader ball. If you missed it, the Lawrence Tech girls absolutely just crushed the Madonna girls in the last matchup. Won by around 80-something points. And there's a nice rebound there from Devontae Miles. Lawrence Tech starting to get back in the groove defensively. Now they just need to start getting back in the groove offensively. Miles drives, gives it out to Searles. Searles drives, gets the layup to fall. Deficit now at 7 points for the Blue Devils. There is Searles' first field goal of the game. He's at 3 now. Cumberland at 3, Miles at 2, Bethel at 2. And there's Mark Meddy with a basket. Ivanovic directing the play, gives it out to Searles. Back to Ivanovic. Madonna really putting some pressure on this Lawrence Tech team, forces another turnover out of bounds. And quickly, Jalen Bethel's going to come right back into this game. Just about halfway through the first half, Madonna with a 9-point lead. Lawrence Tech just 10 points to show for. Nice play by Bethel there. The first game really wasn't all that close. The largest lead that LTU had was 30-11. They led by 19 at one point. And Madonna came within 4 about 30 seconds through. And it's going to go back to the Blue Devils here with an offensive foul. They came back within 4, but LTU led for much of the game. And it looks like Madonna did not want that today. LTU coming off a loss to Indiana Tech on Saturday. They lost 70-57. They shot 37% from the field, 22% from 3. There's a bad shot there by Searles, unable to hit rim, so that's going to count as another turnover. Mark Meddy inbounds it to Burton. Burton with the ball, gives it off to Reynolds. Reynolds drives the hoop. And we're going to get a foul call here. Looks like it's going to be on, Carter France. Reynolds at the line now. We've got the top 2 scorers in this game. Ty Searles is at 21.9. As Reynolds drills the first. And Dwight Burton at 21.7 points per game. Both lead the WAC, first and second. The only 2 scorers in the WAC that average above 20 points per game. We got a 20-10 lead now here for Madonna. Reynolds short on the second free throw, 1 of 2. Lawrence Tech shooting 40% from the field. And there's a nice basket there from Searles. But 40% really doesn't show what they've done. They've had a lot of mistakes offensively. Turned the ball over, a couple offensive fouls. They need a few more possessions like that one they just had there. There's Jonathan Swift for an easy drive. Brings it back to a 10-point game. It's going to stay Blue Devil ball. As are the Blue Devils. Madonna also coming off a loss. They lost to Rochester College 80-74. They led 17-16 about 8 minutes through, but Rochester went on a 26-10 run to end the half. And they were up 67-36 at one point. And we're going to get a short break here. LTU down 10, 22-12. 8 minutes left in the first half. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Back here at the Don Riddler Fieldhouse, where the Crusaders have an early 10-point lead. Blue Devils with just 12 points, 12 minutes through. Definitely going to have to pick up the pace on that one if they want to win this game. 40 points will not do it. Swift with an easy step back. Lead now at 12. The Crusaders coached by Noel Emmenheiser. He is in his 10th year of coaching. LTU led by Coach Josh Pickens. Another turnover there from the Blue Devils. This Blue Devil team, 9-11 overall, 6-7 in the WAC. However, this is a much better team than we've seen in the past few years. Last year they finished at 13-3 and 17, 3-19 a year before that, 5-17 another year before that, and then they went 0-22 just 4 years ago. And now they're fighting for a WAC postseason berth. Currently, the men sit in 6th place. However, they are just half a game behind the 8th spot, Rochester, at 6-7. So there's still some work that needs to be done if they want to have a chance to make it in that championship. It's going to stay Lawrence Tech ball. Lawrence Tech still no points off turnovers as compared to Madonna's 7. Madonna with 10 points in the paint, Lawrence Tech just 2. And it's going to go back to the Crusaders. Malik Eichler out of Germany doing a very nice job defensively. He has forced a lot of these turnovers early here in the game. He's a junior forward out of Berlin. And speaking of Eichler, he's got it right now. He's going to post up on Bethel. Gives it out to Mehdi. Mehdi doesn't take the shot. Gives it to Swift. Swift tries to drive. And Cumberland's going to get called for a foul. And he's going to go to the line. Cumberland now with 3 fouls. And there is still 7 minutes to go in this first half. Swift makes the first of the 1-and-1. Senior guard out of Canton, Michigan. Swift, an 81% shooter from the line, drills them both. And we're going to get a substitution here. Dwight Burton going to come back in the game. It looks like after those 2 free throws, Swift is going to get a breather. Searles dribbles it up court, down 14. They got to get something going. They got to be within single digits by the end of the half if they want a chance to win this game. Madonna's a hard-fighting team. They do not give up, and they will not let you come back. That shot no good. It's going to stay with the Blue Devils, though. Sasawa now in the game. KJ Sayer checks in. Mark Mehdi heads out. Sayer out of Traverse City, Michigan, a sophomore guard. Alec Ivanovich going to check back in. Carter France going to catch a break. Searles now with the ball at the top of the key. Bethel comes over, sets a pick. Gives it deep to Miles. Back to Bethel in the paint. Unable to get the shot down. Eichler still doing a pretty impressive job defensively against Bethel. There's Reynolds for a deep 3, and he makes it. Madonna now at a 12-2 run over the last 4 minutes. And the Blue Devils are down 17 here. Ty Searle's going to go to the line. That was one of the keys of the game. He's got to stay aggressive. He's got to go to the line. Madonna's going to foul him. It's just a matter of if he's going to drain these. Blue Devils have not scored in over 3 minutes now. Searles makes the first. And makes the second. A few around the league games. Rochester playing at Cornerstone tonight. Concordia at Aquinas. Northwestern Ohio at Indiana Tech, and Siena Heights at U of M Dearborn. And another made basket there by the Crusaders. 17-point lead now again. And we're going to get an over and back call. Another turnover here from the Blue Devils. Definitely not playing up to coach's standards here today. You can see it on his face. He's frustrated. They haven't been boxing out well. Too many bad mistakes. Sayer inbounds to Reynolds. Reynolds gives it off to Burton, their leading scorer. It's going to go off Searle's foot and stay with the Crusaders. This game a first of 3 games at home for the Blue Devils. They'll play against Finlandia University on Friday, and they'll take on the Great Lakes Christian College on Saturday. So they got 3 games in 4 days. And losing this one would not be a good way to start this homestand. Down 20. Madonna 4 for 6 from 3. Lawrence Tech now 1 for 5 from 3. Miles dribbles up court now. Gives it out to France. France from deep. No good. We're going to have a few substitutions here for the Crusaders. Swift, Meddy, Lamb all going to check in. Eichler, Reynolds, Sayer all going to catch a short breather. 4 minutes left here in the first half. Lawrence Tech 0 of their last 4 from the field. Madonna 6 of 7. LTU going to draw a charge. Lawrence Tech's got to shrink down this deficit. There's no way they can come into the second half with a 20-point deficit. That's just too much. And even if you play your A game in the second half, down 20, there's no guarantee that you're going to come back and end up winning the game. Madonna's too good of a team to let you have a 20-point deficit and then come back from it. Miles fakes a 3, drives, and he's going to get called for. He's going to call for a charge. That was Antonio Capaldi able to get his feet set outside of the zone. Miles now with 4 turnovers this game, 10 for the Blue Devils, and we haven't even reached the end of the first half. Swift with it now. Swift makes the long 2. 22-point lead now for the Crusaders. Another missed field goal from the Blue Devils. And there's another three from the Crusaders, Jonathan Swift. And Coach Pickens is going to take a timeout. He does not like what he sees, and neither does this crowd. Haven't given him anything to cheer about. Crusaders lead the Blue Devils 39-14, a 25-point lead. Blue Devils are going to have to pick this thing back up if they want a chance to win it. Take a short break. We'll be right back on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. And we're back where Lawrence Tech, with the 25-point deficit, tries to bring it back within to make it a reachable game. And that doesn't help. In and out from the layup from Miles. Lawrence Tech really has not scored much here. Just 4 points since the 10-minute mark. We're 7.5 minutes through. Well, we're 17.5 minutes through in the first half. Got to get scoring. And it looks like Carter France is down. It appears to, looks like a leg or an ankle injury. Checking out. They're going to help him up. Madonna, meanwhile, they're going to take a short road trip. They got today's game, obviously, and then they'll visit Indiana Tech on Saturday at 3. Madonna now with 17 points off turnovers. Now with the 26-point lead. Searles, Miles, Sasawo, Bethel, Ivanovic on the court for the Blue Devils. Swift, Capaldi, Drum, Meddy, and Lamb on the court for the Crusaders. Searles tries to be aggressive, but gives it away to Meddy. Easy steal there. Drum with it. Meddy now with it. Makes the easy layup. 29-point lead for the Blue Devils. Or for the Crusaders, rather. Bethel with the ball, gives it out to Miles. Gives it to Searles. Miles not able to make the short two-point jumper. And there's Swift from 3 off the front of the rim. See if Searles can put an end to this offensive scoring drought. Bethel sets a pick for him, and Searles drills the two-point jumper. Drum has this shot rejected. Miles takes the rebound. Searles with the three. No good. Clark Lamb with the rebound. Lamb out of East China, Michigan, a senior forward. Swift now drives to the lane, misses the easy layup. Wasn't very contested, but it did not go through. Just 40 seconds left in the first half. Blue Devils down 27. Searles with it, 16 on the shot clock. Ivanovich's three, no good. Swift with the ball. Looks like they're just going to dribble out the clock, take the last shot of the half. 15 seconds to go. 43-16 lead for the Crusaders. 5 seconds to go. Swift drives, gives it to Medi. And it's going to be out of bounds. Crusader ball with 2.5 seconds to go. We'll see if they try to draw up a play here. Capaldi going to inbound, gives it to Medi. Medi slips through his hands, gets the shot off, and it's good. So a last-second three there from Caleb Drum gives the Crusaders a whopping 30-point lead. And Coach Pickens is not having any of it. 46-16, Crusaders lead at the end of the first half. Lawrence Tech shooting just 10% from the three-point line, 29% from the field. And they're going to have some work to do when we come back. Let's take a short halftime break here. Crusaders lead 46-16. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. And we are back underway where the Blue Devils try to get out of a 30-point deficit. Only scored 16 points in the first half as compared to Madonna's 46. Madonna shot 53% from the field, 29% for Lawrence Tech. Bethel with a nice rebound, and he's going to go to the line. Lawrence Tech shot 1 for 10 from the three-point line. But the main stat that the Blue Devils need to focus on was the turnover battle. Lawrence Tech with 11 turnovers compared to Madonna's lone 3. So that's what they're definitely going to need to work on. 46-17 lead now for the Crusaders as Bethel makes his first. And we're going to have a lane violation here from Jonathan Swift. Try to get a little bit an early jump. Bethel cannot make the second. Swift with the rebound. Gives it out to Burton, but he's going to be called for a travel. So the Blue Devils need to take advantage of any turnover they can get right now. Miles with the ball. Gives it to Bethel. Back to Bethel. Bethel tried to muscle it in there. Couldn't get it to drop, though. And now Burton with the ball. Burton gives it out to Reynolds. Directing his teammates. Gives it to Clark Lamb. Lamb gives it to Meddy. Meddy for a deep three from the top of the key. No good. Searles with the rebound. Cumberland with the ball, gives it out to Searles. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Searles tries to drive, loses it, picks it back up and makes it. Nice turn of events there for Searles. Almost lost it, but able to turn that into a field goal for him. Deficit of 27 now. Got to slowly chip away at this one if you want the win. Meddy with a nice 2-point shot there. Back to 29 now. And Cumberland almost lost it. Gives it back to Searles. Searles to Bethel. 6 on the shot clock. Double team. Gives to Ivanovic to Miles for the open 3, and he's fouled. He's going to get 3 shots at the line. Fouled by Mark Meddy.
Madonna foul number 30, Mark Meddy, his second, team second.
Miles unable to hit the first. Miles shoots 73% from the line. Makes the second. And he makes the third. So 2 out of 3 at the line for Miles. Still a 27-point deficit, though. Definitely need to chip away at it. Oh, and there's a turnover there. Definitely need some more of those if they want to come back in this game. Bethel with the ball now at the top. Gives it to Ivanovic. Now to Miles. Blue Devils trying to find that open man, but Madonna doing a very good job defensively. And there's Miles with the offensive rebound and gets the putback. 48-23 now, 17 minutes to go. Burton with the ball, almost lost it. Searles on the ground. Reynolds for the three. Short though. Searles gets the rebound. They've got a 2-on-1 here. Searles able to drive. 23 points now. Reynolds at the top of the key to Mehdi for an easy basket there. They tried double teaming him at the top of the key, but Clark Lamb, rather, was left alone. And that brings the deficit back to 25. Take a short break here. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. We're back after that short 30-second timeout. (50-25) favor the Crusaders. Bethel with the ball, gives it to Searles. A nice pass there. They just lost Searles right in the paint. Back to 23 now. Jonathan Swift has really put a hurt on this Blue Devil team. He's got 20 of the 50 points for the Crusaders. Other than that, nobody else in double digits for the Crusaders. For Lawrence Tech, Searles the only one in double digits. He's got 15. And here he comes now. And there's Searles now with 17. 7 for 12 from the field. Still 0 for 3 from the three-point line now, though. Gonna have to get that going if they want to win here. Now that one hurts. Dwight Burton with the three, and that's the guy Coach Pickens was talking about earlier. He said that's who they had to stop. And for the most part, they have been stopping him, but they didn't stop Swift, and right there, Burton showed why he's one of the best players on this team. As the Blue Devils gain momentum, Burton just shut it right down. Ivanovic from three, way short. And Burton's going to let this one go out. 15 minutes left, 24 points down. Burton out of Macomb Community College, out of Detroit, Michigan. 6'1" junior guard. Lawrence Tech almost forces a turnover there, and they will. It's going to go back to the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. Searles, France, Miles, Sasao, and Bethel on the court right now. That's going to switch. Miles going to take a breather. Cumberland going to come out, or come on. Bethel gives it back to Cumberland. Cumberland out to France for a deep three, no good. Reynolds with the rebound. And there's Burton doing what he does best. Lawrence Tech's offense starting to pick up, but their defense has got to stop them. And Cumberland steps out. Another turnover for the Blue Devils. Both teams 6 for 9 from the free throw line. However, the three-point line is where Madonna is making its mark. They are 7 for 13 from 3, while the Blue Devils sit at just 9%, 1 from 11. And there's a missed 3, though. Searles drives up court, rushing it, drives through the lane, gets the 2. And we're going to take a short 30-second timeout here from the Blue Devils. Madonna leads 55-31. This is the home of Lawrence Tech Sports. Back here at the Don Riddler Fieldhouse. Just over 13 minutes left to play. And the Blue Devils find themselves down 24. Offense struggling, defense struggling. All around, just not a great game for them right now. They got to find some way to pick it back up. Burton's jumper, no good. Offensive rebound by Sayer, however. Swift now with the ball. Pull-up jumper, and that's no good. Sayer with another offensive rebound. And Burton just saves it from an over and back call. Second chance points, offensive rebounds, turnovers have been absolutely killing the Blue Devils. They're going to get the ball back here, though. You got to think head coach Noah Emenheiser likes what he sees here. A 24-point game. They were looking for revenge the minute they stepped onto this court, and really it's been all Madonna today. Lawrence Tech was outscored 46-16 in the first half. Outscoring them 15-9 here in the second half, but still obviously not enough. Just over 12 minutes to play. Bethel gives it out to Searles. Searles back to Bethel, and Bethel's save no good. Bethel's been on the court for quite some time this game. He's been out for 26 minutes. Make that 27 now. 7 rebounds, but just 3 points to show for it. 1 made basket, 1 from the free throw line. Meddy gives it out to Eichler. Eichler from 3. Nothing there. Miles with the rebound. Cumberland now with the ball. Drives, gives it to Searles. Searles drives. And he's able to get the and one. We'll see if Searles can make this a 3-point play. C tries to make this a 21-point game. Like I said earlier, Searles needs to stay aggressive, get to the line, hopefully get a few more of those and ones, because the threes just aren't falling right now. So it looks like they're going to have to get the threes the old-fashioned way. Got a late check-in here for the Crusaders. That's number 10, Ryan McMullen. Haven't seen him yet today. A freshman forward out of Gull Lake, Michigan. Searles completes the 3-point play. Down 21 now. Still got to slowly chip away at this deficit. Can't let them score much more. I think if you're the Blue Devils, you got to hold them to probably a little over 60, maybe 63 points at the most, because you just don't see Lawrence Tech scoring 30 more points in 10 minutes. So you got to hold them to hopefully under 60 if you can. I know it'll be tough, but when you find yourself down 21 with just 11 minutes left, that's what you got to do. Lamb with the ball, gives it to Swift. Swift with a long two, and he drains it. Not what you want to see there as a Blue Devil. Down 23 points, 11 minutes to go. Just a much different game than what we saw a few months ago between the Crusaders and the Blue Devils. Crusaders shot very poorly, and in this game it's the exact opposite, shooting 50% from the field, 47 from three-point land. Nice steal there from Bethel, gives it up to Searles, and he's going to be going to the line for a couple shots. I mentioned before the half, actually he won't be going to the line. Mentioned before the half, they were on the league games. Concordia was leading Rochester 47 to 30. That was in the second half. Concordia up on Aquinas 17 to 16, but that was early. Indiana Tech leading UNOH by just 8 at the half, 40 to 32. Indiana Tech a major favorite in that one. Siena Heights leading U of M Dearborn in the second half, 42 to 26. So that one looks like it's going to go Siena Heights' way. And there's Bethel on the glass. Bethel finally gets another field goal. He's now 2 for 6. Searles leading the way with 22 points. Next highest is Devontae Miles with 6. Blue Devils finally able to get the deficit to under 20 points. See if they can keep it that way in the last 10 minutes. Got to take anything you can get right now as a Blue Devil. You don't want to go home with a 30-point loss in your minds. Get it down to 10, maybe single digits if you can. But give yourself something to be proud of here. There's Reynolds driving. And there's Reynolds, and he's now in double digits at 11. Searles gives it to Ivanovic. Now to Cumberland. Cumberland drives, and he's got a nice layup. Cumberland now with 5 points on the day. And LTU brings it back to within 19. Swift drives, stops, gives it out to Reynolds. And there's a three-point shot. Bang! Quite the dagger there. That was Antonio Capaldi. His second basket of the game. 2 for 2 from three-point. Arthur Asbury now in the game. Ivanovic from 3. No good, off the back of the rim. Reynolds with an offensive rebound, pushing it up the court. Gives it to Capaldi. Another 3 from Capaldi. And it looks like that almost destroys any chance Lawrence Tech had to come back in this game. Asbury with the ball now. Gives it out. Back to Searles now. Searles going to draw a foul. That's Capaldi. Capaldi 3 for 3 from three-point land, 9 points. And only 13 minutes of play. Just over 8 minutes left to play. Searles at the line, makes the first. And makes the second. So Searles 6 for 7 from the free throw line. 24 points on the day. Staying aggressive, but their defense just hasn't been able to hold with them. There's Reynolds with the ball at the line. Brings it back out. KJ Sayer calling for it down low. Doesn't give it to him. Now to Capaldi, back to Reynolds. Reynolds from three, no good. Miles with the rebound. Gives it up to Searles. Drives, and the layup is good. Back to 21 points now. Searles with his 26th point on the day. Shooting pretty well, 10 for 15. Except they can't get many shots off. Too many turnovers, too many bad mistakes, offensive fouls. You name it, they've done it. Here's Eichler. And there's Burton driving layup, no good. Simple offensive rebound for Sayer. Nobody's boxing out. Another second chance basket. The Blue Devils have held Dwight Burton, their best scorer, their top scorer, to 5 points. 2 for 10 from the field. However, Madonna is still shooting 52%, even though they've held him to 5 points. That's unacceptable. Swift is 8 for 13 from the field. Reynolds 4 for 8. Sayer 3 for 4. Capaldi 3 for 3. Maddie 3 for 5. Everybody but Burton is over 50%. And that was the plan pregame. They wanted to hold Burton to low scores, but they didn't hold anybody else to under 50%. Reynolds drives. Ivanovic called for the foul. 6.5 minutes left here to play. Eichler with the ball, drives the lane. And we got a foul. It's going to be on Miles. Seems as if Madonna will ride some nice momentum heading into their matchup on Saturday at 3. They're going to take on the Warriors of Indiana Tech. Indiana Tech ranked 16th in the country, so that should make for a nice matchup. Eichler makes the first at the line. Eichler averaging just 6 points per game. And he is a 50% free throw shooter from the line, and it shows right there. Down 24 points are the Blue Devils. Searles draws a foul there. Another thing to look at is KJ Sayer. He's got 6 rebounds on the game today. He averages just 1.8 per game. Swift, who averages 15 points a game, he's got 22. Reynolds averages 16, he's only got 11. And Burton averages 21, as I previously mentioned. He's only got 5. Madonna's got a pretty deep bench, it seems. They're going to have a couple substitutions coming in here soon. Eichler with the ball. Capaldi wanted it, and he got it. Another second chance basket. Meanwhile, Carter France still on the bench. His right ankle is iced right now, so I don't assume he's going to come back into the game anytime soon. Being down 24, probably not worth the risk.
Madonna foul number 22, Antonio Capaldi, his second, team number.
And it's going to be Ty Searles back at the line. Searles 8 for 9 from the line. 28 points today. Make that 29 points. 9 for 10 from the line. Just over 5 minutes left to play. Lawrence Tech has made 5 of their last 7 field goals, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Searles hits the 30 mark. Searles drives. Layup no good. Rebound Josh Reynolds. That 3 no good. We're going to get a foul call here on the Crusaders. And that's going to send Jalen Bethel to the line. Bethel just a 58% free throw shooter, misses the first. But he makes the second. Substitutions here. Jonathan Swift, Clark Lamb comes back in. And number 35, Thomas Simmons, is now in the game. Malik Eichler gonna get a break. Josh Reynolds gonna get a break. Burton holds the ball at the top of the key. Gets the assist to Mehdi for the alley-oop. And that ought to capitalize this victory over the Blue Devils. Still 4.5 minutes left to play. Guess miracles do happen, but it'll take a big miracle for that to happen. And another turnover there from Lawrence Tech. Swift picks it up, and he's going to go to the line.
Lawrence Tech foul number 1 against Ava Hemmerle, his fourth, team 6. Shooting on the line for the Crusaders, number 1, Jonathan Swift.
Swift now with 23 points on the day. 2 others have joined him in the double digits. Josh Reynolds with 11, and Antonio Capaldi, who is 4 for 4 from the field, is also at 11. Swift drills them both. 25-point lead for Madonna. Ivanovic directs Cumberland. Now gives it to Bethel, back to Ivanovic for 3. No good, short, just off the front of the rim. Gets the ball back, but they lost it. Ty Searles slips into the table. Looks like he's all right, though. We've got 4 minutes left to play. Madonna with a commanding lead, 74-49. And we'll take a short break. This is the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. And we are back. Mark Meddy inbounds it to Jonathan Swift. Gives it to Simmons, back to Meddy, back to Swift. Now for Burton from three, no good. A lot of players on the ground after that one, no call. Simmons gives it to Swift, and Swift's shot is no good. But it looks like they're gonna get Ivanovic for an away from the ball foul. Ivanovic not having a great day. Just 1 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from behind the arc. Just 2 points to show, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Meanwhile, Ty Searles is having a pretty nice day. He is at 30 of LTU's 49 points, 10 for 16 from the field. However, I can guarantee you he would trade that for a win in a heartbeat. Very selfless team this Blue Devil team is. Just don't seem to have it today, however. Ivanovic makes the guy miss. Gives to Bethel. Now to Cumberland. Cumberland almost loses it. Gives it back to Bethel. 3 on the shot clock. Cumberland from 3. And that's short. Offensive rebound. Here's Ivanovic. Fakes the 3. Gives it to Searles. Now to Asbury. Almost loses it. Back to Searles. 17 on the shot clock. Under 3 minutes to play. Gives it to Bethel, and he's going to lay it in. Burton drives easy. Gives it to Meddy. Meddy's going to be called for the foul. He's going to go to the line. Lawrence Tech actually outscoring Madonna in the second half right now, 35-28. So Meddy hits the first. That 30-point deficit was just too much to come back from in the first half. 46-16 they were down. And ultimately that killed them. Meddy at the line, having a pretty solid day, 4 for 7 from the field, 10 points altogether. A freshman out of Livonia, Michigan. .5 lead, 76-51, and another turnover. And looks like it's going to be Thomas Simmons going to the line. Simmons doesn't play often, just 8.8 minutes per game. Misses the first, averages only 2.5 points per game. Meanwhile, the Lawrence Tech crowd's still getting into it, even though they're down by 26 points now. Even though Lawrence Tech is going to come out with the win, you got to like what they've been doing here for the most part in the second half. Other than that, that was Ryan McMullen. Lawrence Tech still outscored Madonna 35-33 in this second half. But like I said, the first half was just way too much for them to work with. As Thomas Simmons gets a steal, drives it up court, layup no good. Another offensive rebound from Drum. Minute and a half left to play. We'll see if Madonna decides to slow things down here. And it looks like they will. Nobody being super aggressive here. 10 on the shot clock. Simmons gives it to Eichler. Simmons with the assist, Eichler with the basket. And it is now a 30-point lead for Madonna, right back to where they were in the first half. It looks like Logan Danaher is going to go to the line. First one goes off the back of the rim. Shooting in the line for Blue Devils, 21, Logan Danaher. Just 45 seconds left in this one. Simmons from three. Nothing there. Rebound to Danaher. Starters now out for the Blue Devils. Searles and Miles chatting on the bench, trying to figure out what went wrong here today and what they're going to do to come back from this one in the next couple of days. So Madonna will dribble out the clock, take the victory over the Blue Devils, 81-52. Jonathan Swift led the Crusaders with 24 points, followed by three players with 11. Ty Searles had 30 of the 52 points for Lawrence Tech. But nonetheless, that'll do it. Madonna with a 29-point victory, wins 81-52. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you tuned in to both games. One win, one loss. As always, I'm Chase Kaufman. Hope you all have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network.